Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday morning, December the 28th, and time for the final mailbag of 2020. Yeah, I have managed to slip a last mailbag in here before we kick 2020 out the airlock like it deserves. And it's going to be a real short one. I've got 4 packages, physical books, and 1 e-arc to share with you, so be a nice kind of quiet way to wind down the year, right? In the hopes of a better year to come. I have one quick announcement to make, and this one's pretty important. You have got to get your supporting memberships for Worldcon, next year's Worldcon, in before the end of the year if you want to take part in the nominating phase of the Hugos, okay? I mean, you can pre-register anytime you like, but if you want to be nominating in the Hugos and not just voting on the shortlist that other people nominated, then you need to get your supporting memberships in before the end of the year, so you've only got a few days. Don't waste time, just go ahead and do it. I will leave the link in the description, okay? So without further ado, let's check out the book, shall we? And this first one comes in a very festive little Christmassy package, doesn't it? And this is a book called Complex. The author is A.D. Enderley. This is an independent science fiction novel, and I was, in fact, in touch with the author about this one. So let's see what it has to say. It says, "The sky reigns red, the poor are forgotten, governments have failed, and corporations have grown into mini nation-states called complexes, where people flock to receive the security, shelter, and purpose the outside world can't provide. The only payment required, buried somewhere in the 20,000-page terms of service, is their freedom. Now just sign the dotted line." Orphaned after her father's death, 18-year-old Val's focus is to protect her younger sister, Kat, and heed her father's final wishes. Never ever join a complex. Stay away from them at all costs, he demands. But staying away becomes impossible when Kat is abducted, sparking a hunt through a violent megacity primed for revolution, where Val eventually discovers her sister's disappearance is just a smokescreen. Beneath it lies a motive darker than death and broader in scope than a few lives. As Val and her allies uncover the truth, they're confronted with a terrible choice: save Kat or save humanity. I would always go for the cat myself. I'm a cat person. Oh, wait, Kat. Sister, right? Anyway, okay, sounds kind of like it's checking off all the familiar dystopian boxes, but it's a big ol' epic, nearly 600 pages, and could be chock full of action and suspense. It is complex. The author is A.D. Enderley. And next up, we've got this white envelope from Macmillan Publishing. And Thomas is a very happy Thomas, because here we have the arc for Jeff Vandermeer's Hummingbird Salamander, which comes out on April the 6th. That is probably my single most anticipated book for 2021. So let's see what this one has to say to itself. Oh, this is going to be tough to read, because it's like, is there a cell sheet in here? I'd really rather read that. There is not one. That's fine. It's like blue against blue. So I'm going to have to, struggle with this. It says, "From the author of Annihilation, a brilliant speculative thriller of dark conspiracy, endangered species, and the possible end of all things. The security consultant, Jane Smith, receives an envelope with a key to a storage unit that holds a taxidermized hummingbird, and clues leading her to a taxidermized salamander. Silvina, the dead woman who left the note, was a reputed eco-terrorist and the daughter of an Argentinian industrialist. By taking the hummingbird from the storage unit, Jane sets in motion a series of events that quickly spin beyond her control. Soon, Jane and her family are in danger, with few allies to help her make sense of the true scope of the peril. Is the only way to safety to follow in Silvina's footsteps? Is it too late to stop? As Jane desperately seeks answers about why Silvina contacted her, time is running out, for her and possibly for the world. Hummingbird Salamander is Jeff Vandermeer at his brilliant cinematic best, wrapping profound questions about climate change, identity, and the world we inhabit into a tightly plotted thriller full of unexpected twists and elaborate conspiracy. And it's out April the 6th. Sounds as if it will be a much more conventional novel than Dead Astronauts, which was highly experimental in every way. But yeah, I'm very excited to have this, and I'll be reading it as soon as I humanly can. And next I have a little box here from Blackstone Publishing. All right, so they have sent me the mass market paperback edition of Sons of War, which they have already sent me in hardcover, or trade paperback as it were. And I've already got Sons of War 2, the sequel. But this one will be out on April the 14th. The author is Nicholas Sansbury Smith. This is basically described as a post-apocalyptic mobster series. It says, so blah, blah, blah. What can I find out? It's the first book in a gripping new Sons of War series set in a gritty apocalyptic future where organized crime controls what is left of America. Follow the Moretti Neapolitan crime family's rise to power in a post-apocalyptic Los Angeles and meet the brave few that risk everything to stop them from destroying what little remains of the city. Out of the embers, a lawless new empire will arise. Okay, so it's basically, it's that, okay? You know, Martin Scorsese meets Cyberpunk 2077, I guess, or something like that. But the mass market paperback will be out on April the 14th from Blackstone Publishing. And the final physical package comes in from Random Penguin. This is very nice. This is from Angry Robot. It's Doors of Sleep by Tim Pratt. They're being distributed by Random Penguin. Let's see. Yeah, this is one I'm really, really excited to read. It comes out, I believe, January the 16th or something like that. Anyway, it has to be pretty soon because this is a finished copy and not an ARC. So let's see what it has to say for itself. If closing your eyes meant waking up in an entirely different world, would you want to fall asleep? Zax Delatry has the power to travel between worlds while he sleeps. The only problem is, he has no control over his destination. For Zax, sleep is the doorway to the unknown. Sometimes he wakes up in technological utopias, and other times in the bombed-out ruins of collapsed civilizations. All he can rely on to survive in these strange and sometimes hostile worlds are his wits and a small collection of aids he's picked up along the way. They either help him to stay awake when he finds safe havens, or fall asleep to escape from danger. Now, though, Zax's power has been discovered, and there are enemies chasing him. They're just a few worlds behind, and they seem to be after something that Zax cannot spare. The blood running through his veins. All right. Well, yeah, really do enjoy Tim Pratt's books, and this one will be out in early January. The Doors of Sleep from Angry Robot. And we are going to wrap up this episode with the only e-arc that I have gotten this week. And this is an independent title. It's a horror title. It's for a book called Shelter for the Damned. The author is Mike Thorne, and this will be available February 26th from Journalstone. And it goes like this. While looking for a secret place to smoke cigarettes with his two best friends, troubled teenager Mark discovers a mysterious shack in a suburban field. Alienated from his parents and peers, Mark finds within the shack an escape greater than anything he has ever experienced. But it isn't long before the place begins revealing its strange, powerful sentience, and it wants something in exchange for the shelter it provides. Shelter for the Damned is not only a scary, fast-paced horror novel, but also an unflinching study of suburban violence, masculine conditioning, and adolescent rage. Ooh, okay. Well, it sounds like it is heavy going indeed. But this will be out February the 26th. Shelter for the Damned. And that's it. Like I said, a very modest mailbag for the final one of the year. You guys know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please hit the like button, share the video, etc., etc. Please subscribe if you have not done so. Getting close to 9,000, so let's go ahead and push it over the top. And you can also support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits into Wink's Army get little perks like early access on some of my videos. I want to thank all of those wonderful people for their additional support, especially during these difficult times. It is much appreciated. I use the Patreon money to pay Matt Olson, my channel artist, for all of the lovely thumbnails that he does for me. Really spectacular work, and I am lucky to have him. I want to thank all the rest of you guys for being the very best viewers in all of BookTube, and until I see you next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, and have a very happy New Year.